Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to our podcast called The Dojo. I am your host, Darren, and I'm joined by my co-host, Xander. How are you doing, Xan?
I'm doing pretty good.
And joining us all the way from Colorado, Patrick Booth. How's it going, man?
Why, hello, guys. Yeah, it's going pretty well. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad that we've started this little thing going on.
I'm excited, and I'm glad I can see you.
Grateful.
Yeah.
Because we don't see you.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I'm deuce.
I'm like so excited, dude. I've been like thinking of this for so long.
Yeah,
it's
Darren's
finally
been setting up everything.
Yeah, it's finally coming true. So, just a little introduction of what the Dojo podcast is about. It's pretty much we're gonna talk about like things that we're passionate about. So, we've been like best friends for like what,
almost 10 years.
Yeah, almost 10 years. So I
don't know.
We kind of that sounds right. Like since middle school. So
let's see.
Yeah,
how old are we all?
Like,
almost. No, yeah, that's almost 10 years. That's like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah. So
that's close. That's close.
So like we share a lot of the same interests. Like we play video games like all the time together. We share like favorite music and stuff, and we watch the same movies.
We share the same stall.
Share the same stall, same time.
Oh, I can't because I'm not here. I'm not there, but I'm not here.
But yeah, so we're just gonna. It's mostly about like just talking about things that we're passionate about. So it's not really focused on just one particular topic. We're gonna cover like a range of different stuff. So it's gonna be like gaming, movies, music, sneakers, since we love sneaker culture and stuff like that. And it's just gonna be very, very varied. And why we started this podcast, I think. I'm not sure. Like, it's just more like we just love.
Why did you start this podcast though? Like, why did you want to so bad?
For me, so I listen to a lot of podcasts, like gaming podcasts, from like IGN, Kind of Funny, and other like gaming groups, and that's the reason why I want to work there. Is because like podcasting was like kind of like what I want to do, and like I want to talk about things that I love, and that's gaming. So that's the reason why I wanted to start it, and I think it also gives us a platform to really talk about like other stuff and keep us like in the loop. Like we could, stay in touch. Is a way for us to stay in touch.
Yeah, in a different way besides playing the video games.
Yeah, and we can just talk about things we love. It's just a platform, and we'll also have people that we know, like our close friends, to come on the podcast too, and we can have them talk about things they love as well. And there'll probably be things that we don't really know ourselves, and they'll be more like experts on that, and we could interview them and talk about things like that.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Why do you like podcasting, Pat? Why do you like talking?
I guess maybe Xander and I are kind of slightly on the opposite spectrum, or at least for myself, I haven't necessarily dived super deep into podcast culture. Whether it be like as a consumer or as someone who wanted to make them on their own or with other people in the past. But it's been something that comes up a lot in a lot of my classes, my music business classes, and how much podcast stuff has been growing over the past 5 years, if not 10 years.
Right.
So, I want to approach some things with that educational mindset, but also, this is also going to be very fun for all of us to just enjoy this time together, and in a way, kind of just like video games, we're going to escape reality for a little bit and just kind of talk about things we like. And like you said, we can get other people on here. That'll be exciting.
Wow, perfectly said.
Wow, that's awesome. So well versed. Look at you, professional YouTuber, by the way.
Right.
No, I'm not professional. I am not professional.
And just so you guys know, Pat has a K-pop reaction channel. What is it called?
Yeah, it's pretty explanatory. PJB, which is just my first, middle, and last initials, and then K-pop, PJB K-pop.
Creative.
I guess I'm fairly surprised on how well it's grown. I mean,
you would do this well.
I wanted to keep growing, but I don't want to feel, too cocky. I still have to be humble about it. There's a lot of things that I could still improve.
I feel
when I react, and
when you react,
I'm hoping when, like as I'm going through school, being in audio production as well as music business, I hope that that's going to give me an edge in my reactions. So I can point things out that other people wouldn't point out, so hopefully that's the case as time goes on.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. So now we're just going to start going into our topics. So the first topic we're going to talk about...
didn't talk about why I wanted
to I'm sorry. Sorry,
it's
Xander.
Okay, we can go into our topics.
No,
That's fine.
Why do you want to join this podcast?
No. But yeah, I think I have a genuine reason why I want to start a podcast, like a little bit more deeper, I guess. Sorry. But it's because I don't really talk. I'm like, you guys know me.
Yeah,
I'm very introverted. Especially in public, I won't talk to anyone if I don't know them.
Yeah.
I don't really see a reason to, so I don't. It's not that I'm like necessarily scared or anything. It's just, I just don't feel like talking. But yeah, I feel like podcasts are a good outlet for me. Because I think having actual conversations are like very healthy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially for me, who, like I said, I don't talk a lot, so I think it's a way for me to just let everything out that's on my mind, and nice. I get to find new things to know. I guess it's more knowledge for me too.
Yeah,
so.
No, that sounds really exciting. I didn't ever think about it that way.
Yeah, I didn't think of that either.
I like that aspect a lot. I think it's good that all three of us have different motives, and I think they, have a pretty good chance of combining pretty well together. So
yeah, I think it'll bring like a different like a variety and different mindsets and different perspectives to the podcast for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. But we'll have a grand old time together because we all want a podcast, right?
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be really fun
for sure. So now diving into our first topic. Our first topic is a Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which just came out like 2 weeks ago, and all three of us have been playing it pretty extensively. Especially me and Xander, we've been grinding that multiplayer for sure. So, so even though it says campaign first on the doc, we'll actually talk about multiplayer first, since all three of us have played mostly just multiplayer. So, does anyone want to start? What do you guys think of the multiplayer so far?
Xander, you think you want to start?
Well, I think they finally fixed it at least.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But in general, it feels a lot different from what we're used to in Call of Duty.
I agree. Yeah.
Everyone's saying it's like Battlefield. Like, yeah, it's like Battlefield, but it still has a Call of Duty feel. It just looks a lot like Battlefield, in my opinion, rather than playing like Battlefield.
Right.
It's not like the past Modern Warfares, which I appreciate in a way, because even though I do want it, I do want something new as well. So I think it's really fun. I'm enjoying it. It's really fun. I'm still killing it.
I feel you. I feel
bro.
you. How about you, Pat?
Yeah, I think Xander made some pretty good points right there. Considering how long Call of Duty has been around and how it kind of has this staple of what it should be, I think it's pretty bold that they want to change it up this much.
Right.
But at the same time, I do understand why. Even though they're known for that staple could be getting old, and they kind of need to revamp it. Games of all genres kind of take things from one another. Like, they kind of adapt, whatever a previous game has had or something like that. So, for it to be compared to Battlefield in some ways, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, because Modern Warfare, there's a lot of things that certainly outshine Battlefield in my opinion, and it does those things really well. And, hopefully we can talk about that more in depth. But yeah, for the most part, I think that's my grand scheme of kind of a brief overview of how I feel about the multiplayer.
Yeah, I totally agree. What I really like about it is it's the first Modern Warfare we've had in years. And it's like bringing it back to like old school Call of Duty. It's more boots on the ground. It's grounded, even more grounded than Call of Duty used to be. It's way more realistic now, very intense. It's just realistic in all fronts, whether it's sound, the story, its setting, all the things. And it just feels really simple. But they're also, what I really like it too is that they're changing it up as well, like you were mentioning, Pat. There's a lot of new mechanics that weren't in Call of Duty before. Ground War is pretty much Battlefield now. There's a bunch of things that we'll cover, but I just really love how it's just back to basics, but they're also trying to reinvent it at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's really fun. I'm enjoying it, at least, even though it's like a big change. But I've also really been enjoying that campaign. It's pretty intense. If you played it, Pat, have you played any?
I have not started it, but it's mainly because of my hard drive capacity. I just chose not to download.
You didn't even download.
Really?
I chose not to download it. Yeah, I'm too maxed out with all this stuff.
You don't have to. It's okay.
So you have it. You download it digitally, right?
Yeah, so it gave me the option of like splitting the file types.
Yeah,
from like Spec Ops to multiplayer to campaign.
Yeah, that's cool because I bought it physically with a disc, and it didn't give me that option at all. So what happened is the game is like 100 gigs like at full capacity with all 3 modes. And Blu-ray discs usually only have 50 gigs of capacity.
Right.
So only half the game was on the disc. I put it in thinking I could play it right away, or at least like the campaign or something. But nah, dude, you just have to download the rest of it as an update.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? Oh my gosh,
so
bro.
like I was literally sitting there for like 5 hours just waiting for it to download. Like you can't play anything at all until it's fully downloaded. So it's tough.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, if we have time later, we can talk about how that's like it's kind of an outdated format, to be honest. Even though as amazing as Blu-ray is at this point, if you want a physical copy of something, I don't know if Blu-ray will cut it for, like next gen games.
Yeah,
or whatever,
no, I
like
totally
PS5
agree.
or whatever.
I totally agree.
Yeah, it's just stupid. I don't know why they didn't put the whole game on like 2 discs, but
yeah,
it's
2
okay.
discs would
I don't
have
know.
fixed it.
It's okay. Yeah.
Anyways, going back to the campaign.
Campaign. No,
sidetracked.
that thing is really intense.
Really intense.
It's the most realistic Call of Duty I've seen.
Oh yeah,
in terms
definitely.
of campaign, even though it's still Call of Duty, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's still got like those epic moments. And
But it makes it even more epic because of how it looks now. Like it looks a lot better than previous ones.
Yeah, it's like the best looking game I've ever seen so far. Like it looks better than Red Dead Redemption, which came out last year. Yeah.
Yo, what the?
I think so.
Okay.
I feel like maybe, but then I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a tough comparison.
Yeah, no, because it looks like everything has been like scanned in, if that makes sense.
Oh
you know
yeah, that's definitely
like
true.
even in the multiplayer, it look like you don't see any like geometric shapes as you would in like a Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so it's just like it's kind of surprising to me. So I can see where you're coming from right there, but
I remember them talking about that. Like the actual developers, they pretty much the whole game is photo scanned in, like you said. Yeah, I think it's like with the engines they have in terms of lighting and how physics work and stuff, I think it's perfect to scan everything in because it, they kind of like connect the dots. There's been, photographic scanning in the past, but I wouldn't say that the software capabilities of like an engine itself was kind of ready to like meet head on with that. It's like having a realistic environment, but with kind of like canny physics and canny animation and stuff like that. It would be kind of weird,
but
so it's like a perfect marriage.
Yeah, it is. And I guess since it's Modern Warfare now, it kind of the story is based off what we're familiar about.
Yeah,
because like futuristic, you're not gonna have any relatability. World War II, you're probably not. We're not boomers, but we're not boomers. But yeah, it kind of has scenarios that would happen today, which is really interesting.
Yeah,
especially if you play like the first couple missions. It's definitely something you would see in like something in the media, right?
It's super intense.
So yeah, I think it's really cool with that too. Even just having Captain Price back, I was kind of iffy about how that character would be, but it's fine. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no, like his acting was like phenomenal. Like like all the characters, like the characters were really well written. I think you would probably enjoy that a lot, Pat. Like for a Call of Duty game especially, it's just really good writing altogether. Like the dialogue too, it doesn't feel like just like an action movie like Call of Duty usually feels like.
Yeah,
they're using like actual like military lingo. And stuff like
what
that.
I would say it is an action movie, but since you're in the perspective of like being in like an action movie, it's kind of I don't know. Since you're seeing it from like a first person point of view, you'll feel more involved, and you kind of feel like an emotion of like just being in that in that character, which is kind of weird. Because normally when you watch an action movie, you watch it for the action and everything like that. You don't really like
Right.
have emotion attached to like a character
Right.
or anything.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I definitely, I think they did a good job with having it be, because in the past, in say Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one, you'd play as Soap. You never heard him talk or anything. What I really like about it is you'll play as a character, and then it'll like show their character. You know what I mean? Like we didn't know what Soap looked like until the second Modern Warfare. But the fact that we're seeing that character, we get to see how they kind of their personality is really.
Yeah.
But at the same time, play as them.
Right.
So like we kind of know who we're playing as, rather than just being like a soldier in another video game. But yeah, it's really cool like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Adding on to that is dope because they switch between different characters too from the main cast.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and you like it's really that's like a testament to the writing too. It's just you're so immersed in being that character in the situations that they put you through. They're like so like grounded, so realistic. It's just really immersive, and it can be like super tense, even though it's just a video game. It really just it makes you feel really disturbed. It's like really unsettling,
especially with the scenarios they
the
throw you
scenarios are
into.
crazy.
It's very much like,
Yeah.
oh wow,
yeah.
in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
No, that definitely sounds interesting.
definitely check it out.
Hopefully at some point I get the time.
Yeah, we're not gonna
That
spoil
sounds
for you,
awesome.
but
we don't want
thank
to.
you.
Yeah, that's why we're trying not to be talking like specifics. We're just not trying to spoil it for you or the audience.
For sure.
Yeah,
And the viewers too.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah. But going back to the campaign, actually, I did want to talk about some of the problems about campaign, or I mean, the multiplayer.
yeah.
What were some of the problems you had with it?
Well, you could snipe with a shotgun, like
Yes,
in
dude,
the game,
that
which is
double barrel shotgun. It just
Yeah.
maps people.
yeah, it was very broken. Claymores were broken, so because the thing is with the multiplayer, they kind of threw everything in all the past Modern Warfares into one game.
Yeah,
Which is cool. Like I
Yeah,
like
they
it,
keep it up.
except it wasn't really balanced.
just like an old Modern Warfare.
Yeah, it wasn't really balanced.
Yeah.
But they definitely fixed it. I mean, it seems like they're listening, so
Yeah.
I'm not really tripping
Yeah,
over
for
it.
sure.
Yeah, it's dope because just before we recorded this, like a couple days ago, they put up a patch where they fixed the claymores, they fixed the shotguns, fixed a couple things. The M4A1 got nerfed as well. So they're and they added new maps too. So they're like kind of listening to us, kind of fixing it as we go. And I think if they keep up with this like cadence of release schedule, I think it'll be pretty.
It'll be good because that
Yeah.
shows they're more involved in their game too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, that's why I appreciate it. So it's cool, and it's all free DLC.
It
so
is free.
You don't have to pay for
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
That's a very good
Crossplay
point,
as well.
Yeah, so it'll be cool.
Another problem I had with the multiplayer too was the spawns. I think
Oh yeah.
yeah, so there's a problem in the game right now where there's a lot of campers. And I think part of it has to do with the spawns. Like I feel like because the spawning doesn't really change, you usually end up on one side, and even when the enemy tries to flip spawns by going to your side of the map,
Yeah. they
you
try
still
to force
spawn
the
on that
spawns.
same map, or you still spawn on that same side, so you get spawn trapped.
Yeah.
So the spawning doesn't flip often enough, and it's just a big problem, and it promotes camping for sure.
Yeah, but that's why I'm glad they added hardpoint.
Yeah.
Once you add hardpoint, it doesn't really matter where you spawn
Yeah,
because there's not like you kind of have to be somewhere. Like you
Yeah.
have somewhere to run.
Yeah.
Like a goal
Yeah.
to run. So that definitely
Constant
fixes
goal.
it. It makes it a lot more fast, which I love in Call of Duty. The
Yeah.
fast pace.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's crazy how much hardpoint changed it. Because like we were playing hardpoint when it came out, then when I went back to TDM, like the camping problems still and the spawn trapping still
Yeah,
persisted.
yeah.
It's crazy. I think that they need to address that for sure. Like just if as long as they just flip the spawns more often, I think it will
be
lessen the
fine.
camping a
It'll-
little
yeah.
less. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, I trust them, so
I do too.
I'm not
yeah.
too worried about it. I'll just play more hardpoint. But
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, another problem too is when enemies shoot, you don't see them on the mini map. How do you guys really feel about
I
that?
mean, I've gotten used to it, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought I'd have a problem with it forever, but it's whatever. I got used to it, so I think it's just a change that everyone has to get used to. What about you, Pat?
Yeah, I'd say the same. At least it does come up on the upper bar HUD
Yeah, at least
so that's somewhat helpful. But yeah, like you said, I think it's a good way to just kind of rebrand things here and there. So
that's true.
We'll just get used to it. Consumers will just get used to it.
Yeah, I did get kind of used to it too, but I think that also promotes camping as well, because they don't know where they are, so they're not gonna run around. So they kind of just stay in the corner, wait for someone to go inside the room or something.
In the corner, place a claymore, pull out the shotgun.
Yeah, so I wonder,
nuke baby.
Yeah, I wonder if they change that and like how that would affect camping for sure. Like that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, that would be interesting, but. Yeah, like I said, I'll just play more Hardpoint.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not a game developer. I don't know how to fix games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it's definitely tricky for sure.
Definitely. So, any other final thoughts on Call of Duty?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we had a pretty good list of, I guess, cons or things that we, didn't necessarily felt like added anything to the game, or perhaps even weakened it. But like you said, there's a lot of these mechanics that kind of ground the game. I think probably my personal favorite one is being able to kind of attach to almost any surface, whether that's a horizontal or vertical.
Yeah.
Because it's it just adds a lot of dynamic play to the game. Like sometimes, even if you were to have an MP5, something that's a little out of, say, like a certain map's range, if you can attach it to a surface, you'll feel a lot more confident in using that gun for more tasks. And I think giving players that ability kind of spices up the game a little bit differently, rather than just having that attachment. Like considering, like, I guess like a bipod would be the attachment for it,
right?
That.
Oh, you're talking about mounting, like mounting on a. Oh, I thought you. Oops, I thought you were talking about like attachments on like.
Oh, we could talk about that next too. Yeah. We'll talk about that next.
Forgot about that.
But yeah, the mounting just makes for, like, I don't know, fresher gunplay, but it can be frustrating too, I guess. Like you can get, if you pair that with spawn killing, it's horrible.
And camping too, yeah.
That's a good point. It's camping. It's okay.
Yeah.
It does promote.
But if you guys want to move on to also attachments, we should talk about that too.
Yeah, I just think it's not point system anymore, so you can really deck out really anything you use.
Like all your guns, yeah.
Yeah, so it's fine. Yeah, I like how they did. That's pretty much it. That's what I've been longing for. Is just get rid of the point system, or at least the one they had, because it's kind of weird. I didn't really like it. Yeah.
I didn't really have problems with it, but I do with the Big Ten. But I do like how you could just deck out all your guns without any consequences. And it's crazy how many like options they have in all the guns. Like the M4A1 has like 20 sights, 20 different sights. Yeah. It's insane, and like 20 different perks for the guns as well. They just added like so much customizable ability, and it's really dope. I really like it.
Yeah, no, I gotta agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's too big of a trade-off, but there are just ever so slight consequences, varying on the scope you have or like how many attachments you have. It kind of affects your aim down sight speed and stuff like that. So I think this system they've got is a fair one. I don't feel like any build is overpowered. They're all just really good, and I think that's what you need in a competitive shooter, to be honest. But they did a good job.
Yeah. And moving on from video game genres, though, how about we talk about Death Stranding? I want to talk about it at least.
Oh yeah. Right before we start talking about Death Stranding, though, we'll take a quick break. One more time.
3, 2, 1.
There you go. Woo! Second try. All right, welcome back from our break. Is that how I should say it? Intro it?
We'll get it. We'll get it over time. It's okay. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, fuck.
Just leave that in. It's okay. Okay.
Yeah, we'll edit this.
Yeah, we're leaving this all in. You're gonna see Darren mess up like a million times.
Oh my god. See, this is why I'm so so nervous.
It's okay. It's our first podcast, guys.
Anyways, welcome back to the show. Now we're going to talk about Death Stranding.
Oh yeah, Death Stranding.
Bro.
Oh my god.
I haven't played any Death Stranding, so it's going to be mostly you guys, and I'll probably like ask questions about it.
But go ahead, start off back, because I know you've been playing a little bit more than me, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I haven't played it enough, but
I mean, 8 hours is a lot.
There's a lot. Yeah, so I'm around 8 hours right now, but I definitely know, just from other people I've talked to, including my roommate, that I'm definitely missing a lot of the mechanics. As he explained it, it's kind of like a logistical simulator. So like, you start the game off bare bones with, your jobs, and they're more labor intensive and very physical in traversing the land and stuff. But, where he's at in the game basically is a point where like you have more infrastructure, you have more vehicles, certain things like that. So, it's kind of like, let's compare it to an RPG where like you have your character with your base stats and you kind of evolve over time and have a lot of tools at your disposal, and then you kind of just do what you want, kind of like a Metal Gear Solid game in a way. Like you get these tools and you pick like how you want to go about it.
That's what I was going to say too. It's very like, in that aspect at least, it's similar right there. So I really like it. But man, dude, you were about to get into something. But actually,
bro,
because it's I don't want to
just gotta make
too
sure
much
not
for you.
to do. Yeah,
No,
right.
I mean, I watched like a couple reviews, so I kind of.
Okay, so you kind of know how
I have
it like
a
works.
idea.
Okay, yeah. I won't spoil like the story then, of course.
Yeah, just don't spoil.
What I really want to talk about is how when you're traversing the land, Pat. When the BTs are around you and everything. That is my favorite part because it's an enemy you don't see. So I've never been like so scared before, like of walking and everything. And like you said, it gets kind of technical right there.
Right.
But yeah, just not seeing what's around you, and just assuming they're bad. It's pretty scary, and it gets pretty intense.
So the only way you can track the BTs is the little arm thing that's on the side, right?
Yeah, and then that mechanic gets kind of it goes into more detail about that. Like you'll find out too. But yeah, it's that thing. That's literally the only thing you see though. So it's like, it's kind of walking through like a minefield pretty much. Oh, okay. But the mines can follow you.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
So it is very scary because like they have the monster sounds and everything.
Yeah.
And the fact that they have monster sounds but you can't see them and they can pretty much go anywhere. That's why I think it's a really unique kind of enemy, in my opinion. That's what makes it really good. Yeah, that's why it doesn't feel like entirely empty. And the fact, I don't know how much you heard, but your game is kind of affected by other people.
Oh, yeah. I think.
Yeah.
Can you explain that though?
So basically how it works, because you're a delivery person and everything, basically the items you have a history to it with who's had it. I wasn't too sure about it either because you can even like make landmarks in the land you're traveling, and you can basically make some random like signs pretty much.
Oh, okay, like
and they have like a weird like system too,
like a social media type of thing.
I'm not even joking. Yeah, like you get to the landmark, like you can like it, and it's weird. And I wasn't sure if it's like currency or not, but I don't know what it is exactly.
That's such a Kojima thing.
But it is. Yeah,
they were mentioning that it has something to do with currency, but it's also, I think it's mainly implemented just to be kind of like an overarch of the game as a whole. It's kind of like how in real life, so many of us are connected through social media.
Yeah.
And you feel that connection through the way that people help you. So it's kind of like a cool overlaying message. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of like you said, Pat, reflecting how it is in real life. You can just like keep liking something, and what I think that is, it shows like how interactive you are with like other people.
The level of interaction.
Yeah, the level of interaction, because you can just like not like anything.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and then I guess that would kind of like reflect your play style or like
absolutely.
Like it's weird like how like social you would be and like that kind of like universe. It's really weird. It's I don't know what that's for, but that's what I'm gathering from it.
So what you're saying is like if you like posts and stuff like that, you get rewarded.
It's not necessarily even a reward. It kind of is like Pat said. It's really much like you like something because you like it. Like literally, you put the sign up and you can. It's like you can put like an emoticon right there, like a smiley face, and you can like it. And like say you can mark a spot to where a ladder is, you'll like it because it's helpful, right?
Right.
So that's what the like is. You're not really giving currency. You're just pressing a like.
It's just doing it. It's like rewarding that way.
Yeah, kind of in a way. Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Which is what I really like.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
like
I am.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I am curious where it goes because your likes are tallied up, the received likes. So I guess for Xander and I, since we haven't gotten super far in, we'll just have to find out essentially where that leads us to.
Yeah, which is really cool. But I think it's really cool too because you're still in a world where you're pretty much alone. So you'll feel the comfort in having signs. Like it'll kind of feel like someone's like right there because they're putting a sign of like kind of just warning you.
That's cool.
But at the same time, you're alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really cool aspect.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a different way of thinking of like single player games for sure.
Yeah, that's why I think he's trying to like push like what kind of genre game it is. I'm not sure about like what label you can call it yet, but it's definitely like different.
It's a Stranding game.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, right. It's a Stranding game. I forgot where I saw that review, but he literally put a name on his own genre of game essentially.
Yeah.
We'll see if that sticks or not. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's really cool. So you need to play it. You should play it.
Yeah, I definitely need to. I just been caught up with everything and playing a lot of Call of Duty as well. So
yeah, it's okay. No worries.
Lots of Call of Duty.
As for the story, I feel like Kojima himself said that no one, not even himself, will ever like fully understand all the concepts and how things work in the game. But when I'm going through the cutscenes and kind of the way everything's chronologically laid out, I think, in my opinion, it actually makes more sense than the Metal Gear universe. I think the cutscenes do a better job of progressing the game.
Yeah, no, I
really?
think
story wise.
Yeah.
So I think that's also a bonus to people who have kind of not really played Kojima games, just because I think it's more inviting. I think it's easier to follow. At least it has been up to the point where I've played.
Yeah.
But
the thing is,
I'm barely in, so
yeah, it's the story, like the overall story, like the general story of like where the context of the game is set. That's the most confusing part, and I don't think we're ever gonna know like
really
fully. But when, like Pat said, when it gets explained to you over time as you progress, it's kind of really simple. Like the ideologies of the story within the story are very simple, which makes it easy for us to understand. And there's a lot of like simple aspects to the game, which is kind of weird. Even the names get simple when you really think about it.
Yeah, what was some of them? Yeah. It was like
literally your name is Sam Bridges.
In your bridge,
I don't.
You're
no.
Porter.
What was the other one though?
His is Sam Porter. But what I think it is, it's pretty much like when you associate yourself with like say like a business, you're known from that business. So yeah. But in the game, they're kind of taking that whole like idea and like literally like labeling you. You know what I mean? It's
literal. Yeah.
Yeah. So it gets changed from Sam Porter to Sam Bridges.
Right.
But like, to different people, I won't spoil it. This is where it kind of gets spoiled, but I'll try not to.
Okay.
But to different people, it's a different name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting concept. But yeah, like the naming thing, that's like another simple thing. It's kind of funny
literal
to me.
From what I see.
It's like literal, but like it gets even more literal with the people you meet. So
yeah,
it's really funny.
There was one I saw. I forgot what the name was. It was. Do you? If it's not if it's a spoiler, don't say it though.
I wouldn't say it. Yeah, they're not really spoilers, but yeah, there's like Fragile. Die Hard Man.
Die Hard Man. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. Like that, and then you have Dead Man, which you'll know why he's called Dead Man when the character gets that. Like it's really, I really appreciate like that kind of thing because
it's a cool.
It's just really funny because it takes really simple things and into a really complex story that you don't understand. So
it was funny. Yeah, I saw this tweet. He was like, I'm playing Death Stranding, and it was like it was just a funny joke. Like, oh, why is your name Corn Dog Man? Because I like corn dogs.
Yeah, literally, that's what it is. It's so funny. It's so funny. I love it.
It's so literal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this just clicked into my head. I'm sure a lot of people have discussed this, but like the game as a core game is literally, delivering packages.
Yeah.
In our everyday life, we take that for granted a lot, to be honest. So it's really nice that reality is kind of flipped the other way. It's like,
Right.
Like delivery men are important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally a delivery man would not be on this kind of like king status as he is in the game.
Yeah,
but,
he wouldn't be a protagonist of a video game. Yeah, I know.
So
true.
I,
That's true.
I do like how it's flipped like that.
Yeah,
Kinda like
dude,
the flip
it's my
side.
favorite when you're like just keep stacking stuff on your back.
Yeah.
It's so
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
It's
crazy.
so funny.
It's so funny.
It's so funny. I love it though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's like pretty much all we can talk about story wise.
Yeah, I haven't
gotten
gotten far enough, so.
But what about Xander? What about mechanically? What are things that so far have worked and things that haven't necessarily worked for you? Just feel kind of unpolished.
Well, it's not necessarily like a mechanic problem, but it's just a problem myself when I play video games that have like an adventure aspect. I try to do the Skyrim thing where I try to take on a mountain. It doesn't work in this game.
Yeah.
Like you can't even run down a
Yeah.
mountain without like
Without
stumbling.
eating it.
Yeah, but I really appreciate like simple mechanics, like laning a certain way,
Yeah.
like based off of your cargo.
Yeah, because like traversals, you have to like balance the cargo, right?
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to.
Right,
You have to balance the cargo, and if you have it here, it can get damaged more easily and whatnot.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so even though it is that like delivery boy simulator, it's weird. I find I gotta enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of reviewers say it's definitely like an acquired taste kind of.
Oh,
It is,
kind of
yeah.
game,
Seems like
but
it for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like for the most part, people will be more entertained by it than they initially even.
no,
think.
yeah,
I think
you
it'll
definitely have to
bring
give
people in,
give it time. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah,
those
that's why.
mechanics are really interesting.
Yeah, that's why I think like when we saw the IGN review of it being a 6 out of 10, what I thought is they were just expecting a video game. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even though it's a video game, it doesn't necessarily play like traditional video games.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could tell.
Oh no, absolutely, it's different.
And that's why I think they just base it off of like what they know. I don't think they really have an open mind towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it could just be an acquired taste.
Yeah,
and
it
we just
might
like
be.
it.
Yeah, it might
But I
be.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's like a Kojima bump by any chance from this? Like you just really like it because you just really enjoy Kojima stuff?
I've thought about that, but me personally, I've never played many Metal Gear. The only time I
I
played it
haven't
is
either.
like at Pat's house, so I
Yeah,
don't have
same
any
here.
bias to go off. I just know,
Yeah, that's very
I just know
true.
Snake. but,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think I'm pretty unbiased when it comes to Kojima. Like I know he's respected and everything,
Mhm.
but I've really kind of thought about if I'm being biased or not towards the game.
Right.
But I don't really have any bias towards it. Like
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good to hear. That's good to hear.
yeah.
for Xander, I think that's definitely evident. Just like you said, he hasn't been super deep in the Metal Gear universe.
Yeah.
And even myself, I've only played Metal Gear Solid 5 and
Mhm.
Ground Zeroes, which came out before it, but I think the only thing that maybe I would consider bias, but not necessarily, but I don't know, it's more of just like appreciation of his artistic style when it comes to how he directs essentially the game. Like, I mean, I think it's a movie or a game. I think it's got a good implementation of both, but
Yeah.
yeah, just the way he envisions things, it makes people feel like they want to be a part of it, and it's
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
something unique on this face of the earth. Like it's not. I don't think he would be replicated very well by anyone else. I don't think many other people would think about scenes or think about concepts the way he does.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
agree.
kind of
Yeah.
like I'm just grateful that all of us can see what that looks like when it's a fleshed out game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's crazy how soon this game came out too.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was announced like a few months before
3
like
years ago, yeah.
it was like released.
Yeah.
Like an official release date.
Yeah.
But the idea of the game, it has been out there for a long time, but he's definitely taken time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, even like a kind of going even further back, I think it's super impressive of how determined he is as a person. Like with all the stuff that happened with Konami,
Yeah, that's true.
having to leave and all that. I think it's pretty impressive, just like how vigilant, how determined he is to be himself and not let anyone get in the way of that. But I mean, obviously, it helps that he got paired with Sony. Like that gives him all the resources he needs to make what he wants.
Definitely.
So I'm just really glad that things worked out the way they did for him.
Me too. Because we need more people like him. He's a visionary for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I appreciate it. Yeah, like you said, we need more people like him because I think like nowadays it's catered a lot towards online gaming.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
look at
definitely.
Fortnite.
Definitely. Yeah.
Look at Fortnite.
Fortnite, Call of Duty,
They're literally just giving.
Battlefield, Destiny.
They're using everything that people like and just putting it into one game.
Yeah.
Right.
Like or like for like skins and stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess how Battle Royale is so big and everything.
And everyone's trying to copy a battle royale.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, there's nothing really being reinvented there.
Yeah.
Or
But for
like
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
far as like video game wise.
yeah, but Death Stranding seems like it's pushing that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely in a way.
It's his own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think people should. It's a game you have to take a lot of time with, because even when you start the game, right, Pat, it takes a while to actually play it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I heard too.
Even
I guess
where
the
I'm
average, the average is like 2.5, 2 hours
Damn.
before it fully opens up. But
Yeah.
in a way, it kind of reminisces with, I guess, Red Dead Redemption 2 in that way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I think, like in our present day, I think fledging out a game and its storyline and its atmosphere, I think it's a good thing just to kind of like, as we've talked about with these kind of money grab games, like games really focused on multiplayer, super quick pick up and play action type games. Like I think it's good to
Right.
have those other options where I personally, like, that's my favorite game type, is to kind of soak in the environment,
Oh yeah. We all know.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm
So,
surprised.
yeah.
I'm actually
Well,
playing this game. Yeah.
Yeah, Bruno, I'm really excited Xander's playing it too. And I don't think the mundaneness, like, I haven't really felt it in 8 hours. People say you feel really bored at some point in the game,
Mhm.
just delivering packages. But I mean, even if that's the case, I think that's kind of, in a way, like an intentional feeling that
Yeah.
Kojima put into the game.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make me unappreciative. Like, I still appreciate the game just as much as I would. It's not like he did that on accident. He's doing everything with intention.
Right.
Not everything in life is supposed to be fun, I think, is kind of like the whole idea, So
Right.
I can kind of understand why there's a lot of layers of, like, acceptance that you kind of need in ways to fully enjoy the game. That's why, really, if I could just leave people with one note, it's just to, like, give the game patience and, like, a lot of chance to just kind of grow. Even for me, like, I don't honestly think 8 hours has been enough to let everything soak in.
I feel you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard it's like a 50-hour game, like at
Like
least
50,
maybe.
50, 60.
Oh god.
Yeah, and like people were like complaining how like the review said, "Oh, give it like 10 hours and it opens up and all that," and they were kind of making that like a negative thing, like, "Oh, I don't have time. If a game takes 10 hours to open up, is it really that good?" But I think that's kind of like a traditional way of thinking of games.
To view it,
Yeah, if you look at movies too, like some movies are really slow, especially
Yeah,
like
for
more artsy ones
Like
compared
Joker?
to that too.
Yeah.
Joker's really slow, and
Yeah.
Tarantino movies are really slow too. I know it's just like film and like other art forms. I think you do also have to have an open mind too, and just let it soak in. And it could be slow, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
I gotta agree with that. I think this kind of style of approach from a consumer has just been missing from video games for a while.
Oh yeah.
But like it's good that you compared it to movies or like other forms of art. Even just actual art, like high art, like classical art. Those things are definitely in our heads ideologically. We think about those things as, wow, this person puts so much devotion into, like, say, a sculpture made of like granite or something, or marble. It took them hundreds, if not thousands, of hours to chisel every detail.
Right.
But you can literally make the same exact argument that Kojima had to bust his ass to make this game happen.
Oh yeah.
And
definitely.
like his work ethic is insane, and he doesn't necessarily have to act like this kind of like higher up. He's just kind of in the trenches doing his thing,
Right.
Because he knows that's what he's good at, and honestly, for me, it just clearly shows in his end product.
Yeah, I'm happy like we have games like Death Stranding because it's pushing the art form, because gaming is such a young art form in comparison to film and art and all like that. Like it's only been like less than 50 years maybe since so it's still growing, but I think gaming isn't really treated as seriously as film and other art forms like that. Like it's considered a toy still, and stuff like that. But we have games like Death Stranding that are pushing it. It's more like art, and other games like Last of Us and God of War, they have really great stories behind it too, and very serious. And I'm just happy we have a game like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's impossible to make a game like this, but it's definitely, we're still at the age of gaming where these types of games aren't super common. It does take some time, but like you said, hopefully things just kind of age better with gaming, because so far it's definitely not taken seriously by a big demographic.
Yeah, it's one day people will appreciate Kojima's work.
Yeah, or like even
you don't have to if you want to.
Yeah, for sure. But like even Red Dead Redemption, or like Rockstar in general, or just certain games like that. There's a special place for those games for sure. But I just hope that category of games just grows at a more expedited rate. I think it's possible.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's all about the finance at the end, to be honest. It's really
the resources you have.
Yeah, and if it's gonna sell, that's a good point. But I'm happy that Death Stranding is actually selling really well too. At least what it seems like so far.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I didn't know how it did sales wise, but that's good.
Yeah, but it seems really popular at least.
Yeah. I don't know because I don't see many people like actually talking about it like that. But,
but I guess like I'm kind of gauging it from like my friends list and
how many people
are playing it, and Patrick, you said your roommate's playing it, and other people are playing it, and I think it seems really popular, and I think it's gonna do really well.
Yeah, I think it should deserve a lot better than a 6 out of 10. So yeah, it's okay. It's IGN, so
I'm gonna
they can do whatever they want.
Quick.
Yeah, if it's even up.
Because it's
so early.
Oh wow! Yeah. So, I mean, just as if like launch pre-sales,
right?
It says Death Stranding is the second biggest PS4 launch of 2019.
Oh, just from that?
That's
wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. Wow. Yeah, base launch, but not like time span sales. Yeah. I didn't read into it, but that's pretty good considering 2019 is coming to a wrap. So I think, that's
good though.
They pretty much hit the mark.
Yeah. I mean, I expect that too, because Kojima fans.
Yeah, so. And it's only on PlayStation.
That definitely drives up the hype a lot.
Definitely. Yeah. All right, so moving on from games, we're going to start talking about some K-pop music, but before that, we'll have a quick break.
Oh, yeah.
All right, welcome back to the show. So now we are talking about some K-pop news. First we're going to talk about SuperM's debut.
Actually, now should we talk about how we got into K-pop?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Just to introduce it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, before we go on to what we know about it, well, Pat, how did you get involved? Because after you, kind of domino affected to us.
Down. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's just like when you go on those runs on YouTube, you watch just like, trending videos or videos that just pop up as your recommended.
Yeah, some random videos.
There's a combination of that, and I think I watched a BuzzFeed video when the Try Guys were still a part of BuzzFeed, but obviously they no longer are.
Yeah.
They did like a Korean culture, like special, like various part video.
Okay.
So that also got me into K-pop. They mentioned Bang 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 from Big Bang. And they were just kind of, I don't know, they were just so excited or like ecstatic about what this sound of K-pop was like. They were just kind of like, it was something they hadn't really heard before. It changed their way of looking at pop music. So I don't know. Normally I wouldn't be like, oh, that's something I want to check out too. But just the excitement that I could see from the Try Guys when they were looking at K-pop just basically got me to go look at stuff on my own. And from there, it just kind of trickled down.
Right.
As it does for a lot of people. Like you just honestly, it's kind of overboard, but that's just kind of what happens. It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we fell down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
Where we are
basically.
now.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, that's how it went about.
Yeah, because after that, you showed it to me, and I was like, "What is this? I don't know what they're saying."
Right. Yeah. The stereotypical
Yeah.
reactions.
Right.
How do you understand them? Why do you enjoy it?
Come on.
But yeah, and then I caught
Yeah.
myself listening to it more, and then yeah, like I said,
Yeah, I think it could have been like a genre of music that wouldn't have stuck with me. Like I would have just been into it and then just kind of forgot about it. But it's the fact that they put so much detail into everything. Like it's not just all about the song. It's about the performance. And,
Yeah.
like their stylists do such a good job, and their directors of their music videos do such a good job, and
Producers.
there's just so much effort and so much like collective work put together. It's just something
Right.
like there's no way I'd be like, well, okay, these people are talentless. Like this is so pop and like so manufactured. This is so like, you know, like all the negative things that people would refer to in pop music basically. But it's like,
Yeah.
maybe it does have those things, but quite frankly, like that's what pop music is. Like any pop music is that way because it's a business, you know. It's,
Yeah.
it's to make
That's
money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think
if
that's
you
what.
go into that mindset, you know.
Yeah, no, I think that's what appealed to me about K-pop, in comparison to like American pop. It's just because it feels like there's a deeper thing behind it. Like their
Right,
lyrics
yeah.
mean a little more. Their production's like A1 all the time.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't feel like
crazy.
they're always copying like all the same genres. In some capacity, they do kind of take some influence from American music for sure.
Absolutely.
And they
All
do
genres
copy,
of music.
and they copy each other as well. But
Mhm.
I think they try to, it's a bit like BTS, especially in Blackpink. I feel like they have like a very unique spin, and they kind of stand out in the K-pop realm for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't agree with that more.
yeah, definitely. But like, because I think what stood out to me was probably was the music videos and everything. But there's a weird thing of just not understanding what they're saying.
Oh yeah,
that kind of
that's
like
true.
makes me like enjoy it a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know how to
agree.
explain it.
No,
But
I
yeah.
agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like you kind of have to like you kind of tune the lyrics out, like not
Yeah.
yeah, because you don't know. It's kind of more like you're judging it off like everything else.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
definitely like
Yeah.
take a step back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because if you listen to other music, you dive into the lyrics, what they could mean, how they
Yeah.
kind of like relate to you.
Right.
But I think it was just a good chance for me to, take a step back and just enjoy the music. Not really care
Yeah.
like what I'm listening to.
Yeah,
And then now I really care. So
Yeah.
I agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that approach of stepping back.
yeah, it makes it more fun
I feel
too.
like it. Yeah, honestly, it's like you said. It's good to look at the whole picture, especially with K-pop. I think like K-pop is deserving of that. You know, like the fact that they put so much work into it. I think
Yeah, it's definitely
good
getting
that-
a lot more recognition now too.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like that marketing approach. I feel like it's just so effective. Honestly, like other parts of the world really need to take note of like what they can do
Yeah,
as well.
power K-pop. But yeah, what we were going to talk about, which was SuperM's mini album, right?
It's pretty much their debut album, right?
Debut album,
like
yeah.
a EP type thing. Yeah.
So, would you guys like to explain what the SuperM group is all about?
Yeah, Pat, would you like to explain?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was not really expecting something of this caliber from SM Entertainment, but I think it's a good plan for them to kind of delve into in the future. But yeah, essentially, it's like taking the cream of the crop group members from a few different groups.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say like the main talents
Of their label.
that frankly, honestly, like get the most lines or like get the most attention, even though that's kind of unfair, but it is a thing.
It is, yeah.
But it basically is just trying to get the most talent in one group. Whether that be with actual dance performance, singing, or rapping. I mean, honestly, they're all pretty like good at everything.
Right.
They're pretty
They're
well.
the
yeah,
Adventures of
well-rounded.
K-pop. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so it's a new formation, I would say, in K-pop. There's been collabs
Yeah.
or like kind of like, I don't know what you'd call them, like subgroups. That's like the K-pop term for it.
Yeah.
But,
Not actual like they're taking members
yeah.
from other groups and making them one group. I like it.
It's interesting. I mean, I definitely like it.
Because it's just really cool to see. Yeah, it is like seeing all the Avengers together, pretty much.
Yeah, right.
You see so many things
like,
from so many other good groups, so many people from other good groups, and then they all come together. It's just kind of something that you would long to see just to see how it works out.
Yeah.
And then with SuperM, I think it worked out really well.
Yeah, so far it's been really good. I am sort of surprised about like the overall numbers that they're putting up right now. Like, I hope, just because it's their debut, I hope that they just keep growing at a more quick rate. I feel like I was expecting them to be more famous from the beginning, but hopefully it pans out a little more. I mean, obviously they're still super famous, but you know what I mean. Like, when we're talking about like K-pop numbers can be crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think part of that has to do is because it's not like their main group. It's just like kind of like a new thing, I guess.
Yeah, they're definitely experimenting, and I think it's bigger if you're into the K-pop community.
It is.
It's like it's probably like a lot bigger than we would expect, but just like from an outside view, it's probably not as big.
Right. So yeah. I mean, I hope it gets there, to be honest, because what they're coming up with is refreshing.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
I really like it. Who's your bias, Pat? In SuperM.
In SuperM, honestly, that's like putting so many biases, or like I've seen people posting about it. It's like putting so many biases together, and it's like so tough to pick one. But I mean, honestly, he doesn't get that many lines. But I would say Kai is probably my bias, just because of how dynamic he can present himself on stage when he performs. Like, I almost feel like he could perform the same routine, the same dance performance, like 20 times, and you're gonna notice all the different things he does in those 20 times. Like, he just feels the moment, feels the mood, and really puts himself in that. And honestly, like, when you look at him, in some ways he kind of goes into like autopilot. Like, his soul almost like transforms into something else.
He's
a
beast.
A lot of people say that about Taemin too. Like, they just have that, that like magical knack, I guess.
Yeah, so, definitely cool.
But overall, Kai for sure.
That's hard. I can't even decide.
I don't have a bias because I don't really know who's on it.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's understandable.
Yeah, I kind of just, for me, like, I'm not like super ingrained in like K-pop culture like you guys are. Like, I don't know like all the names. Like, the only groups I know are like BTS and Blackpink that I like know all the names of. But for like the other ones, I kind of just like judge it just from like the music. For me, like, I even don't watch all the music videos for like BTS and stuff because for me, or even like my favorite bands like the 1975 and The Weeknd, I try not to watch their music videos first because I feel like the video kind of has like a bias, like gives you like a bias, like, oh yeah, I really like that video, so I really like that song. I kind of just judge it from the album first.
And that goes back to what we're talking about, how K-pop is in general. Yeah, because it's different in that genre. It's like the music or the music video, that's part of what you're getting.
It is, and everything about the band is what the band is.
So because if you don't watch it, then you won't really get it. You know what I mean? In a way.
I agree with that for sure.
Yeah. It's really cool. So, I like the video they produced too. That was really cool.
I didn't even watch the video.
You watched the video for Jopping? Oh my god, that was pretty cool. I think it was pretty cool. I think what is it called? Some of the things I expected more of, like the helicopter thing. I thought I'd see more of that.
Yeah, that was too brief, I think.
Yeah, but I think it was overall very cool. I think everyone had like their own moment too.
Oh, like each band,
like performance wise too. So
that's good. Yeah,
it was really cool.
Do you guys have a favorite song on the album?
What's yours, Pat? I don't know what yours is.
Ooh, that's tough. Frankly, I don't know why, but like for some reason, the first time I listened to Jopping, I didn't really. It didn't click with me as much as I thought it would. Like, I don't disagree that it's the single. I think it's perfect to be the single of the EP.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But I think my heart lies more in like I Can't Stand the Rain or Supercar. Like, I don't know. They just feel like fleshed out in a different way. And I think agree. It's just like the culmination of like the EP's mix, like there's so many different genres in just this EP. I think it's a really good it's like a back and forth, you know, like you get so many different tastes of music. But yeah, I would say I Can't Stand the Rain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard because I don't know. I really like Dropping, despite the fact that it's like a new word. Like they invented a word. It's kind of like awkward.
Yeah,
honestly, if like you're not familiar with like how K-pop is.
Yeah.
But I really liked it because I think the reason why some people might not like it is because the chorus is like very unexpected. Like
it is.
It's like it's not really the one you expect. Where it's like say like a bass drop because that's like popular nowadays and that kind of music. Right. Like there's not a real bass drop that leads into the chorus.
Yeah.
That you can that resonates in your head really. So I think that's why some people might not like it. But I liked it for that fact because it was really interesting to see that. But yeah, I really liked I Can't Stand the Rain too. At first, it was kind of weird. I'm kind of like reverse of what you said, Pat. Like at first, I wasn't really feeling I Can't Stand the Rain, but I like it now. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I feel like the tempo is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It is for sure.
Yeah, but with Jopping, I feel like the song, compared to other K-pop songs, does a really good job of being good without the music video as well. Like sometimes I definitely don't, like Darren was talking about, I don't feel the effect as much, or the effectiveness of a song as much without the music video. But I definitely think Jopping is an excellent song without having to like piggyback with the music video, which is kind of like I've noticed is a weakness of some songs in K-pop.
That's true.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'd say oh, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. No, you're good. You go ahead.
Okay. Well, my favorite song, I actually agree with you, Pat, though. Like, Dropping, it's not my favorite. I'd say that for sure. Like, I get how it's a single. I agree with that. But I don't think it's as fleshed out. And, you know, it sounds a little different from most songs, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think it was my favorite. My favorite actually was Too Fast. I think that's like the most fleshed out song. I feel the same way about Supercar too. I think there's like both those songs have, and No Matters too.
Yeah,
I feel like they have like a specific theme, and it's kind of like it doesn't really like change up.
Yeah, like musically, it's like it. I don't know how to say it actually. Like it sounds better. Like because Jopping, you definitely need the visual.
Yeah.
And to think of how like since it's a hype song, that's kind of how it was portrayed.
Yeah,
even in the video and the performance.
Yeah.
You can definitely feel the feeling of those songs, the other songs too, without needing a music video.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I really gravitate towards those songs. I feel like I Can't Stand the Rain. Hasn't really grown on me yet. Yeah, I find myself skipping that one every time I listen to that.
You're skipping out.
I mean, I listened to it a couple times after, because I was talking to Xander about it. I was like, oh yeah, I wasn't really into it. Gave it another listen, kind of understand it a little more, but I
still not into it.
Yeah, still not as into it compared to other songs. I do feel like it's kind of like Jopping, where it's not fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it definitely has more repetition for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I think it's pretty solid.
Solid. I think is a good word.
I don't think I don't think they got overhyped at all, really. Which I was expecting. If they were overhyped, then it might just be like a little, but I don't think it was like completely overhyped because I was still satisfied. I think that's where Jopping did a really good job. That song, because since they marketed it as Avengers of K-pop, we're expecting to see like the Avengers of K-pop. And they even did like the sound, like the trumpets and everything.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
It was really similar to like what you would hear in an Avengers movie.
That's true.
So that's where that song like really does well. Everything.
Yeah, I could agree with that. For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, really cool to see them all together. I hope they keep doing that. I hope more groups or labels do that.
Yeah,
because it's very interesting to see. Idea. It's very interesting to see. Yeah,
imagine like a BTS and a TXT collab. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, maybe one day we'll see.
Yeah,
But
one day.
Maybe. Yeah, or maybe not at all. Maybe no one else will do it, but it's okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like if anything, the strongest candidate for right now, I feel like JYP would be pretty.
They
good at
should
it.
have been done
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I
groups
think they
would?
could do a good job.
What do you
I
think?
for me, I think I'd want to see. Oh, the age group, the age difference is kind of a lot, but like GOT7 with Stray Kids, I think that would be a good combo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
agree
don't
with
know
that.
exactly like what members, but you know, like JYP as a whole has a lot of EDM influence
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
in his producing, or like even the way that like people in Stray Kids produce. So I don't know. I feel like that would work with GOT7 and Stray Kids. Yeah.
Yeah, just throw a whole bunch of people in. It's fine.
Yeah.
They'll make it work. They're all part of the same industry.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah. It's possible.
It's just another thing to see. Yeah, I think if we see that, it will kind of give us an idea if it's a good idea or not to do this anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
I mean, SuperM did really good though. So
Yeah,
I think,
but because that's SuperM though. Because
yeah, it's true.
SM, they have legendary groups
Yeah.
that are still active
Yeah.
that have reached like that level.
Right.
JYP,
That's
it's
deep.
kind of they kind of peak here and there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah.
I
At
agree.
least that's how I feel. Really.
Yeah, it's
So.
tough. But,
What about Big Hit? Like, what other groups they have besides BTS and TXT?
I
Well,
mean,
they don't have
That's
it.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Like we're in the works of potentially doing a girl group at some point, but it's been I don't know. I feel like
That's
there's been a
it?
lot of disagreement on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
And,
but
like,
they're
they haven't had a girl
yeah.
group
Oh
for a
yeah.
long time.
Yeah, but
because
that's why they
of
acquired
disagreements.
whatever biz or label that G Friend
Yeah.
right, yeah, they acquired their label
Oh yeah.
and then
I hope something comes up. I don't know. It feels like it's been really quiet with that, but yeah, we'll see what goes on.
yeah, but they take their time with their
That's
stuff
true.
too.
Yeah.
So
Plus,
Yeah, for
plus
sure.
BTS is like their main focus.
They don't
anyways.
need to-
Yeah,
they don't need a
like
group.
they really don't need. They don't even need
really-
TXT. Honestly, like BTS will just
Damn.
carry it.
Chill,
Oh,
TXT
man.
fans out there.
oh man, no, realistically, yeah, like they
Yeah.
carried enough. So
Yeah,
But I can understand they're also looking, at the future of the company, like
yeah, they
when
have
BTS
to.
starts to
Yeah.
get older. So yeah.
yeah,
That's true.
Start building now.
Mm-hmm.
They're already getting older too.
I know it's crazy, dude. Time just goes crazy.
Yeah, and that was the first group we all liked, right?
Yeah, I guess Big Bang too, but yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd say Big Bang.
Them and Big
Yeah,
Bang. Yeah.
and GOT7 actually for me,
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
they
so-
I kind of stopped.
kind of yeah.
Because
No,
they,
I'm good.
I didn't really like.
No, I agree with that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, Pat, you've been doing stuff with your reaction channel with the K-pop stuff.
Yeah, I mean, just with college and stuff, I've been really busy with putting my full efforts into like studies and stuff. But
Yeah.
for the most part, I get at least a video done a week. But I really need to try to push for 2, honestly. Like I was pushing for 2 this week, and it still didn't happen.
Oh, I feel you, dude. No, yeah,
You
I
still never
yeah.
gave me my 80s reaction, Pat. Where?
I know.
Where is
dude,
it?
It's so bad.
Where is
But
it?
I hope that I can keep doing that. It's something I enjoy too, and it's good just to have this podcast as well with it. Like I don't know, I feel like when you do different forms of like entertainment or whatever, you kind of get different ideas in your head, and
yeah,
they both feel more refreshing. Like you don't have to feel too burnt out or anything like that. So
right.
yeah, it's been pretty good.
That's good to hear, man.
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm expecting
nothing,
my
like, crazy
reaction.
exciting.
Did you catch the EXO comeback though?
Oh, speaking of which, yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
better talk about that.
They're next too. After SuperM, they're coming out soon too with their on the 23rd.
Yeah, November 23rd.
Yeah.
I'm honestly super curious about that.
I'm curious too because the concept trailer, it looked really good.
Yeah, it had like a dark feel to it.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me like BTS like Wings vibes, like Blood, Sweat, and Tears type of vibes.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely feel that. And
Yeah.
then I was mentioning before we shot this, there's definitely like Halloween-esque or horror-esque
Yeah, horror to it.
inspiration.
And then I'm curious to see
Yeah, that's
how
crazy.
that group is just with the 6 of them.
Right, yeah, no,
So why is it just
It's
a
gonna be
6 of them?
interesting.
Did
'Cause,
some of them go to military?
Yeah, like a whole bunch went to the military.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're
So-
still going.
Yeah, still going.
That's good.
All the EXO fans out there, they're getting what they want.
Dang. So it was Dio, right? That went.
Him and Schumann, they both went.
Man. Honestly, I'm gonna kind of miss Dio's like. He's just got like these perfect inserts of vocals, like in a lot of their songs.
Yeah, he's like
I
he's
mean-
like a core part kind of.
Yeah.
But it's okay. They got
I
Bacon,
mean,
man.
Yeah, they got Baekhyun and Chen, but it's still.
Yeah, it's
so
because
iconic.
they're kind. I really like his style of singing.
Heck yeah.
It's really cool too because his voice is like, it's like very deep. Like when he's talking,
yeah.
and then when he
He's
sings,
got-
it's completely different. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, he's got.
I
like,
wish
an
I was like
interesting
that.
range. I feel like just because it's K-pop, he doesn't get to use a lot of his like lower range, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
But I'm
Maybe.
pretty sure he does have it because there are definitely like a good number of K-pop idols who don't, like they just sing in an upper range. But for him, you know, he could be more versatile than that, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just most pop music. You don't tend to hear.
Yeah,
Lower
it just doesn't
voices.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, he had like his solo song too before he went to the military. That was really good. It was a change. It wasn't like poppy at all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was all like acoustic stuff,
Mhm.
and
I
he
didn't
just
hear
sang.
it
It was
also.
really good. Yeah, so yeah, he's a really good singer. I wish I was like him, but
Oh, don't we all, man? Don't
Pat's
we all?
like him.
Don't
He's
we
been taking
all?
Pat's been taking voice classes to be like him, right?
I mean, not really. That's the thing. Like, I like singing a lot, but my vocal range and register just, you know, naturally like sits somewhere else. So, you know, I feel like I don't want to compare myself too much to K-pop idols. Like, as much as like I want to aspire to be like them in some ways, like on how diligent they are, and, like how hard they work and stuff.
Right.
I feel like that is like one caution in K-pop that I think a lot of people should be aware of. Like, I mean, it doesn't even have to be like how you sing or perform, like just how you look and stuff. Like, you know, I hope people are cautious of that. Like, they don't feel too underwhelmed by themselves when they compare themselves to other K-pop idols.
Yeah, because they're so
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's part of that. It's part of their marketing. So like,
Yeah, they
you
have
know,
to
I hope-
be. Yeah.
I just don't want people to feel like too inhuman. You know, like just be yourself. It'll be okay
Yeah, because they're humans too, man.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like we're all.
They're not
humans.
treated that way sometimes.
For real.
It's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but there's changes
Yeah.
that are happening.
Yeah, it's happening. It's
Yeah,
getting better.
hopefully it just keeps getting better.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like it will, though, since it's getting so much bigger. But, yeah, I think that'll do it for
Yeah, I think
today,
that
right?
wraps it up. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about a lot.
that's-
It's the first one we're doing. And I think we did pretty well. It wasn't too unnatural. Maybe in the beginning, but
Yeah. I still kind of feel that way, but
we're still setting up,
Yeah.
trying to find out how things work.
yeah, man,
sure.
there's so many like moving parts. I didn't realize how hard podcasting would be.
Wait, Darren, are we still recording?
Yeah, it's so
Yeah, we
hard
are.
to talk.
Oh, lol. Yo, I almost cut the cameras, y'all.
No, it's
Oh
okay.
my
like
God.
no, like honestly, it's okay because like my camera has been like
Yeah,
cutting like every like 5 minutes.
Yeah, like our equipment is.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Damn.
it's just like the camera is like the main problem right now for us.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah,
We'll work
it out.
through it. We'll
work
get
it out.
used to it as we do more. But yeah, I think that was a good first run at this.
Yeah, no, like I'm really happy with how it turned out. Like we definitely like talked a lot about like different aspects of all like little topics that we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Things
pretty
we
dope.
relate
For sure.
upon. But yeah, we'll be doing this more with more people, other people too.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
So
yeah. We're gonna try to shoot weekly. Try to do it weekly. Obviously, there will be some times where we can't do it weekly, but
no, we're doing it weekly.
okay, we're gonna stick to that.
This
We're doing
thing
it
is
weekly.
sticking
Yeah,
to an existence.
Yeah,
We're doing it
yeah.
weekly.
That's a commitment right there. But yeah,
Yeah, no.
expect it weekly. And yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, so look forward to it. But thanks guys for listening if you made it this far.
Yes, thank you.
But
Honestly, yeah.
yeah, because it's been going on for a while. But
Right.
yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys next time.
Thank
So-
you.
Yeah, have a good night or evening or day, afternoon, you know, various times of the world. Enjoy. Enjoy life.